How's it going, YouTube? Warhead XX the War Card Games here, bringing you my opinion on the new archetype that's going to be released in Judgment of the Light, the War God archetype. I tested this deck on Dev Pro, and I'm just going to go ahead and give you a review based on these cards, on my impressions that I got from Dev Pro. I'm going to give you a review of either good, meaning the card's good, mediocre, meaning the card's okay, it has potential, but I don't think it's really that great, and bad, meaning that this card probably won't be used. But I'm probably not going to be using the bad mark on any of these cards in the archetype, mainly because this archetype, I think, is, while it's good, I don't think it's overly broken. It's not inherently broken like some other archetypes, that which shall not be named, obviously elemental dragons. So yeah, let's stop talking about all this other and digressive bullshit. Let's get straight to War Gods. Okay, War God Yamato. You're gonna be running 3 of this guy. He is amazing. He's a little bit slow because his effect only activates during the end phase. So if you guys don't know his effect, let me go ahead and read it. Once per turn during your end phase, you can add 1 War God monster from your deck to your hand, then send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. But you can only control 1 face-up War God Yamato, so you can't just keep spamming, searching out your deck. But you're definitely going to be running 3 of this guy plus 3 Tenkies because he is a Beast Warrior and he's easy to search. He is definitely a really good card. He's staple in any War God deck. So let's go on to our next card. War God Vessel Murakumo. He is a beast type, so he is not searchable through Tenki. But his effect is basically this. If you control a face-up War God Beast Warrior monster, which kind of conditional, but I think his effect makes up for it. You can banish him. Oh, I hate this thing. I hate when it gets on my screen. But anyway, yeah. You can banish it to destroy a face-up card on your opponent's side of the field. So I definitely think you're going to be also running 3 of these. 2 to 3, I think, is good. Like, this card is definitely a card you want to dump in your grave for more bigger plays. It is, it also allows you to summon the Exceed monster we're going to be talking about later. His attack is kind of mediocre. His defense is bad. He's not really going to be used as a summonable monster unless you set him to be in the grave. But I definitely I definitely think this card is good, mainly because he is versatile while in the grave. So let's go ahead to our next card. We got War God Vessel Hetsuka. He's also a beast, 1700, 1200 defense, so his attack is very, very mediocre. His effect is during either player's turn, when a face-up War God monster you control is targeted by a card effect, you can banish him to negate it. I think this card is decent. I don't think it's going to be ran in 3s or anything. I think it's going to be ran in 2s to 1s. It's that the meta isn't very much, determined on cards that inherently target that much, unless you're talking about the inherently broken Big Eye or freaking stupid stuff like I can't think of anything right now. I guess Deep Presence. But yeah, a lot of cards don't really even target that much. So I can see him definitely being used in War Gods. I'm going to use him in War Gods, probably in 2s, mainly because he can help you summon monsters. He is definitely something you want in the grave, so yeah. Definitely a good card. I'd actually put it more the mediocre side, but I definitely think this card is good. So I'm going to give it a mediocre rating, but it's a good card in the War God deck, so... let's see, War God Vessel Taruta. He's a beast, a level 4, 1100 attack, 2000 defense. He has a big butt, so that gives him some versatility if you want to set him or something. His effect is basically this: if you control other, beast warrior and winged beast type monsters, they can't be destroyed other than him. So your opponent can destroy him by battle. I'm talking about battle, but all your shit can get destroyed by some random torrential, mirror force or something. But I'm talking about this, you can't get destroyed by battle. This card is good in decks, certain decks that use beast types and beast warriors and winged beast type monsters. So I definitely think this card is okay. It's on the mediocre side, mainly because he doesn't really help the War God engine indefinitely. He only really benefits if you have another card on the field. I'm probably just going to be running one of this. I definitely think this is probably the worst card in the no, I wouldn't call it the worst card in the archetype. There's one worst card in the archetype. This is probably the second worst in the archetype. I definitely think this card is decent, but I don't think it's going to be used as much as the other ones. So let's go ahead and go to War God Vessel Habakiri. Habakiri is a level 4 winged beast effect monster, 1600 attack, 300 defense. Now this is the broken one. This is the one that makes the entire deck playable. Him and Yamato and the Exceed, obviously. But this card is really, really good. He is basically a Kalute. His effect is during damage calculation when a War God, Beast Warrior type monster you control battles. So he is kind of conditional, but if you get him off, you could get a 3600 beat stick or a 4800 beat stick, and the 4800 beat stick we're going to talk about later. You could send this card from your hand to the graveyard. The original attack of your battling monster is doubled during damage calculation only. So he is Kalute that doubles the attack, but only for Yamato and the only Exceed in the archetype that we're going to talk about probably next, or after the next card, whatever. This card is definitely going to be ran in 3s. This is what makes the deck playable. That's all I have to say. Definitely run this guy in 3s. That's it. Good ass card. War God Vessel Orochi. He's also a winged beast effect monster, level 4, 1700 attack, 500 defense. His effect is during your main phase 1, you can send this card from your hand and target one War God monster and it can attack directly. So this is kind of like a game finisher. I think this card is okay. It's not really, so good. It's just basically useful if you want to finish out the game or your opponent has some annoying cannot be destroyed float stick, I guess. But yeah, you can go ahead and use him in 2s. I'm going to use him at 2s or 1s. I definitely think this card is usable in the archetype, and while I don't think it's going to be played as heavily as Yamato or the Kalute, I definitely think this card should be played. So yeah, I'm going to give it a mediocre rating. I don't think it's all that great. I think it's a good finisher. That's about it, though. And here is probably, in my opinion, the best card in the archetype. War God Emperor Susanoo. He is amazing. He's a beast warrior, so he can be used with the Kalute, obviously, and he's the one that you could create a 4800 beat stick through the Kalutable War God monster. So yeah, his materials need to be 2 level 4 War God monsters. And his effect is, he's pretty much a Sarah Priest on crack cocaine. That's probably the best description I can make of him. So yeah, basically his effect is this. He can attack every single monster your opponent controls. So that means you can Kalute 3 times in one battle phase. I mean, that is just amazing. But yeah, his other effect is basically a Yamato effect where you can either add it to your hand. Like, pretty much he's going to make you... He's pretty much like a Gear Gigant X or a King Gremlin. His effect pretty much goes like this. You add a War God monster from your deck to your hand, or you can send it to the grave, because some War Gods get their effects in the grave. But you can only control one face up of this guy. I think this card should be ran at 2s or 3s. This card is amazing. That's all I have to say. This is probably the best card in the archetype, next to the Kalutable monster and Yamato. So, let's see. This card is really good. This one we're going to talk about right about if the screen can change. Okay, War God Advent. It's a spell card, but it's a really good spell card. It pretty much is a Cyber Dragon kind of effect where it's Cyber Dragon plus heraldry art kind of Monster Reborn, I guess. This card is pretty much an original card that you can't really think of a card that can compare it to. It's pretty much a mashup of Cyber Dragon, yeah, the cards I previously mentioned. But anyway, its effect is if your opponent controls a monster, you control the monsters, target one War God monster in your graveyard and one of your banished ones, especially some of those targets. They cannot be used as an Exceed materials for Exceed summon, except for the Exceed summon of Beast, Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast type monster. So this card is a definite run in threes. I think this card is probably the fourth best card in the archetype, mainly because this card it's conditional, but it's a really good conditional card because you can top deck your way out of like certain situations which you need to like summon a War God Susanoo, and whenever you summon a Susanoo, you could get all those searches and stuff through this just by one card, War God Admin. I definitely think this card should be ran in threes. This is a good card. And the last card we're gonna probably be talking about, even though I forgot about. Oh wait, what? Oh damn it, I forgot to put it up there. But anyways, yeah, War Gods and this is the worst card in the archetype, hands down. Its effect is tribute one beast type War God monster, then target one War God monster in your graveyard with a different name, and then special summon it. It's a really bad card. I don't understand why they made this card when Call of the Haunted is at 3. So yeah, I definitely don't think this card's gonna be used. This is a bad card. But I'm gonna pause, and I'm gonna be back with the last card we're gonna talk about. Okay, this is the last card in the archetype that we're going to talk about because it pretty much is the last one that's going to be released anyway. So yeah, it is a very decent card. Its effect is you can activate one of these effects, target one guard monster in your graveyard, add that target to your hand, or you can target one of your banished ones and return that to the grave. So it pretty much allows you to reuse your colludable War God monster, or your destructional War God monster. I can't remember what was the name. Freaking pony with a sword for its face. That one. Yeah, this card is definitely good because it is chainable, as chainability, so your opponent can like, blind MST into this, which is actually pretty good. I definitely think this card should be ran probably in twos. I think 3 is probably too much. And yeah, this card good. So my opinions on the archetype in general, I think the archetype is a really good archetype that's going to be... I don't think it's going to be competitive. I definitely think it's going to be tier 2, maybe tier 3. Did I say not competitive? I mean, yeah, I definitely see this deck being competitive, mainly because the Clute monster. I definitely see this deck being tier 2. I'm definitely going to be using this deck, mainly because War is in the title, but they're probably TCG Americans are probably going to fuck it up because it has War God in its name, Obviously, Konami doesn't like sex, violence, or religion, so they're going to take off God and probably replace it with some stupid name. Hopefully, they keep the war in it, because, my channel is called War Card Games, and I love this archetype. I'm definitely going to be using this archetype a lot. And guys, give me your opinions on this archetype down below in the comments. And please like and subscribe. I will see you guys next time.